Happy Dinger Tuesday. Coming off a nice winning day yesterday, and we got a full slate. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and I got a smile on my face because we went 2-1 yesterday, hit two of the three hitter parlay ideas, but that was just a small 7-game slate. We got a full 15 gamer for you today. Before we get into our recap of yesterday, just a reminder, I'm giving out WNBA bets. We went 1-0 yesterday with Caitlin Clark under 5.5 rebounds, and she got 0. So that was one of the easiest winners we had, but we post those on Discord, X, and the community tab of our YouTube page. We don't do long videos as of right now. Trying to get there with some YouTube shorts and stuff like that. But come join us, talk some WNBA. It's a lot of fun. So it's Dinger Tuesday. That's what you guys are here for. Well, hopefully more than that. But here we go. If you're new, I got to tell you the rules. $20 to the winner. You got to leave a comment below with the player you think is going to hit a home run, but you must include the sports book and the odds if you want to be eligible to win. Eligible to win, if I can talk. Also, if we have a tiebreaker or a tie, that means we go to the better odds. That means plus 400 beats plus 200, etc., etc. If we have a tie with the odds, we go longest home run hit. And if we just have a tie of someone picking the same person as someone else, no matter what the odds say on the different sports books, we will have a Wednesday showdown. So go join. We've had, I think this is our 7th time doing it. I don't know. I'm making up a number actually right now, but we're doing it every week. $20 to the winner. We have not had a repeat winner yet. So anyways, that's Dinger Tuesday. Be sure to join, but I'm ready to get into it. Again, 15 game slate, and yesterday was bizarre. We had guys throwing gems, guys. Chris Paddock, Joey Estes. I mean, pitchers that have been struggling all year. Estes have not been struggling all year. But Colin Ray, my goodness, Blue Jays. What? We'll talk about that in a second. Either way, I'm getting on a rant. See, here we go. But anyways, here's my baseball fun fact for the day. The 4 members of the 700 home run club, Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, and Albert Pujols, they have combined for 5 50-plus home run seasons. But Babe Ruth has 4 of them. That's right. The only other one was Barry Bonds when he had 128 all natural. Anyways, that's all I got for you. In this video, we're going to recap yesterday, and then we're going to go over the usual research, good hitter matchups, good pitcher strikeout matchups. Then we'll give you that full pitcher report and then end it with the best bets and the bets recap. Hit that like button, leave a comment below like you guys do every single day. This has been an awesome journey already during this MLB season. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 26,000 subscribers. All right, let's get into it. And it starts with the recap. All right, there is the 2-1 recap. Ryan Pepiot over 15.5 outs recorded. If you got 16.5, that was still a winner. I mentioned I think he goes 6 innings. In fact, he threw 12 pitches in each of the first 3 innings and 13 in the fourth. Even though he gave up 3 hits in the first, still 12 pitches. That's insane. That's that Orioles offense, I tell you, that likes to swing early and get some quick outs. Over 8.5 Blue Jays Brewers. I don't know what to say. Blue Jays suck. They just suck. That's all I got for you. Colin Ray dominated them, and Colin Ray's not a great pitcher. Brewers had their chances. They scored 3 and had many chances with runners in scoring position. Just could not get it done. So they did okay, but either way, the game was just ugly. Bad read by me, and the Blue Jays, I will never trust their offense again. Fernando Tatis and Yordan Alvarez, 1+ hit each. That was a nice winner. Like we said, Fernando got a home run in his third at-bat, and Yordan gets a triple in his third at-bat. I bet the odds for him to get a triple were extremely high, that's for sure. But 2-in-1 day, because they're all half units, we only want a half unit on the day, but that's what we got going on. So that's the recap for June 10th. And now before we get into the best bets, let's talk some good hitter matchups. All right, we got 23 good matchups for you today, and it starts up there with the most at-bats with Brian Reynolds, 12 for 33 with 4 extra base hits versus Miles and Miles of Mikolas. He's got a couple teammates over there, Big Rowdy Tellez and Brian Hayes, both hitting well against Mikolas, including Hayes is hitting 500, going 8 for 16. Then we got a couple Cubs up here going up against Zach Eflin and so on and so on. Like I said, it's just kind of a bunch of different players, some that haven't been here this year. Not a ton of superstars on this page 1, but take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you get some winners. And then we got page 2, and we got 5 more for you. We got Mr. Aaron Judge, 3 for 7 versus Brady Singer. Alex Kirilloff is an impressive 5 for 7 with 2 home runs versus Cal Quantrill. Obviously, he is throwing the ball a little bit better this year, though. And then Joey Gallo, 3 for 6. I mean, that's wild. The guy hits like 100 in his career. But either way, those are the good hitter matchups. Take some screenshots, and hopefully this helps you go get some winners. And now let's talk some arms. All right, even though we got a full 15-game slate, we only got 1 good pitcher strikeout matchup, and then 1 more we'll talk about. Mr. Zach Wheeler at the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox, 9th highest K percentage versus righties in the last 3 weeks at 24%. Wheeler, 91 Ks and 80.2 innings this year. I have no idea if he actually went to London with the team or if he's just been chilling at home. Obviously, he's been working out and stuff. But if you want to look that up, you can. But they did have a day off after London. So, but Wheeler, he does have a bit lower K rate on the road. I'll say that. So he's on the road here, 26.3% compared to almost 30% at home. So I want to make sure I give you guys all the info. But his last 5 road games kind of been up and down. 9 versus the Giants, 2 versus the Marlins, 6 Angels, 8 Reds, and 5 to the St. Louis Cardinals. So the other one that just missed the cut, well, it's Mr. Skeens. That's right. I mean, Paul Skeens. What do we have to say about this guy? He's unbelievable. But St. Louis has the 17th highest K rate versus righties in the last 3 weeks. That's what we're doing is the last 3 weeks. A little higher over the course of the season, but they've been a little bit better lately. 22.3. That's why I didn't include it. I mean, they're right there at average. And Skeens, 38 Ks in 27 innings. He's had 5 starts so far, 7, 11, 3, 9, and 8 strikeouts. So that's the one best pitcher strikeout matchup and one that's pretty close. I know you guys are going to be looking at Skeens K's props because he's just absolutely electric. But that's what we got. Now let's talk the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 8 matchups that we have, including Mr. Max Fried. He's been awesome this year with a 2.93 ERA, 2.56 expected ERA. Only giving up 2.5 or 6.5 hits per 9 innings. Been pretty impressive going up against Albert Suarez of the Baltimore Orioles. Has not thrown as many innings, but he has been pretty decent this year as well. So Kenta Maeda giving up the second most hits on this page, 10 hits per 9 innings. He's just not been good. Let's just face it, 6.25 ERA, almost a 1.5 WHIP, low K rate. It just has not been good for him. Other than that, we won on Zach Eflin last time, under a half a walk. He has a 1.5% walk rate, just absolutely insane. As of recording, I don't see a pitcher yet for the Reds, but not a bad matchup with Zach Wheeler versus Cutter Crawford. But I will say Cutter Crawford has been struggling lately, to say the least, the last 3 games. So Louis Varland looks to be making a start for the Twins. It's been a little while for him. He is not a good pitcher, but he's only thrown 16.2 innings, so take that into effect when you count that. And then Paul Skeens, like we already talked about against Mikolas. Skeens has been really good this year so far and only 5 starts. So if you're new, look at all the averages on the bottom just to kind of use those numbers, but hopefully use this as a good start to your MLB betting day. Now let's take a look at page 2. All right, we first got to start out with my Seattle Mariner, Brian Woo Woo Woo. Guys, 33.2 innings, and he is only giving up 4.3 hits per 9 innings. It is unbelievable how hard he has been to hit. And he's only taken a slightly below average K rate too, which is impressive. But he, just like a lot of Mariner pitchers, a 1.7% walk rate, pretty close to Zach Eflin. He's just been absolutely unbelievable so far this year. A 1.07 ERA with an expected at 1.63. He is going up against Drew Thorpe. You guys probably know nothing about him, so I wanted to look him up and help you guys out. He is the White Sox number 3 rated prospect, making his Major League Baseball debut. He only pitched for Double-A, I believe, this year, and he had a 7-1 record, 1.35 ERA, and he had 56 strikeouts in 60 innings. From what I hear, he does not throw super hard, but he's a pretty good pitcher. So making his debut, we'll see how that goes. Other than that, not a ton of great pitchers throwing here. Dane Dunning, James Paxton, 2 guys with over a 5 expected ERA. And then Stroman, who's been decent this year against Brady Singer, who he's one of those guys that's due to get hit around a little bit. He does have a low ERA, but a 4.37 expected ERA. And we got some high walk guys, too, like Mr. Marcus Stroman, like Suarez for the Angels. 13.5% walk rate just has not been pretty. And speaking of not pretty, my goodness, Jordan Montgomery has been awful this year. Starting late, whatever it was, he is struggling. 13.8% K rate, giving up 12 hits per 9 innings. It's just been ugly. About a 7 ERA. Not good at all. But anyways, that's the last 7 matchups. Hopefully these help you get some winners. Take a screenshot. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link below in the description. Use the promo code JABO. You get 30 days free. Here we go. I got 3 best bets for you and then some hitter parlay ideas. And we got a couple ugly teams to start out. So here we go. This first one takes us out to the desert where the D-backs are hosting the Los Angeles Angels. D-backs moneyline minus 170. The Angels on the money line plus 145 with an over-under of 8.5 runs or total, whatever you want to call it. My best bet in this game, give me the Angels team total over 3.5 runs at minus 125 on ESPN Bet. So we bet them, I think it was over the weekend or end of last week, and the Angels let us down. They didn't get the 2 runs in the first 5 innings against a lefty, but it's not going to scare me away. This Angels offense, I've told you guys before, they're a team you want to tail when they're facing a lefty and you want to fade them versus righties. The Angels, since May 1st versus lefties, second highest batting average in the entire MLB, 12th highest on base percentage, fourth highest OBP, and sixth highest WRC plus. The overall way of telling how you create runs as an offense. It's easy to say they're just a top 10 offense in general versus lefties. Now, they face one of the worst lefties in the MLB right now. I mean, it's crazy to say this, but Jordan Montgomery is just awful. I don't know what happened starting late in the year trying to get that contract, and he's just not been the same. He's given up 6+ hits in 7 of his last 8 starts. I like his over hits allowed as well. He's given up a total of 21 earned runs in his last 5 starts in 23.1 innings. Because that's almost an earned run per inning. It's just been bad. He's coming off 2 straight starts where he's given up exactly 6 earned runs in each start to the Giants and the Mets. We're not talking about just absolutely dynamite offenses either. The problem with him is he just can't miss any bats. He has 29 strikeouts in 46.1 innings with 18 walks. It's just not been pretty. He's not going to turn this around overnight. This is going to take a while. I wouldn't be surprised if they shut him down soon or he goes on some fake IL stint until he figures it out. But in his last start, he got booed by his home fans. It's just been that bad for him. Um, the Angels, they should be probably about over this line or close to over this line by the time the bullpen comes in. Angels, like I said, they've scored a lot of runs off lefties this year. They actually have one of the fewest plate appearances versus lefties in the MLB this season, but they're still around average when it comes to hits and all these different things. So all we need is 4 runs. They are also the road team, which means they get 9 guaranteed at bats. Give me the Halos over 3.5 runs, and then let's go watch the movie Angels in the Outfield to celebrate. All right, we take a pause in the bets just to let you know about the BetMGM promo out right now. First bet offer up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if you don't win that first bet. Guys, you can go take a chance. You can go make a huge bet. If you lose, it's okay because you're going to get it back in bonus bets. Now, in order to get this promo, you got to click that link below for BetMGM. It's in the description. Go check it out. It's a limited time offer, but it is a great deal. And you got nothing to lose. Go sign up. And I always recommend using different sports books because it's going to give you different odds. Long term, it's going to really help you out. So if you're in a legal state, go check out BetMGM. Of course, you must be 21 years or older to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, back to the bets. This second one takes us out to Detroit, Michigan, where the Tigers are hosting the Washington Nationals. Tigers moneyline -112, Nats on the moneyline -104, with a total of 8 runs in this game. I told you we're going ugly. Here we go. Give me the Nats moneyline -104 on FanDuel for another half unit as my second best bet. So these two teams are about even. Nationals are actually one of the most profitable teams in the MLB. You guys probably already know that, but I do like the starting pitcher advantage that we have here with the Nationals. It's Mitchell Parker, the rookie lefty, versus Kenta Maeda, who is 36 years old. Mitchell Parker has had a decent rookie season. By decent, I mean really good. Last start, 7 innings, 2 runs allowed versus Atlanta. He has never, ever, ever, ever allowed more than 3 earned runs in any start this season, which to me, that just means when he's pitching, he's going to give them a chance to win. And now he's facing a Tigers offense. Oh, what a matchup for him. They are absolutely awful. Since May 1st, they are dead last in batting average, 218. Third worst on base percentage, 29th, which is the second worst in OPS, on base plus slugging, and WRC plus. No matter how you break it down, they have just been awful. And now on the other side, Kenta Maeda takes the mound. He could be Mitchell Parker's dad, but he's been really up and down. He has a 6.25 ERA, 45 hits given up in 40.1 innings, and only 30 strikeouts. So last start, he left after only 2 pitches. We lost the bet because of it. I think it was a line drive right back at him. But before that, he gave up 5 earned runs to the Red Sox, but then he shut out the Blue Jays. But then he gave up 7 earned runs against the Guardians. Yes, he's been a little inconsistent, a little up and down. But he's been a little bit better at home, but I still don't think he's a great pitcher, and he's not missing many bats no matter where he is. And that's just how he is at this stage of his career. You can't really blame him. Like I said, he's 36. Not a lot of 36-year-olds are just dominating unless you're Justin Verlander and you pitch well into your 60s. Anyways, the Nats offense, I'm not going to beat around the bush. They're not great. But they have been better versus righties than the Tigers have been versus lefties. I'll tell you that. They're about average since May 1st, a little below average in some categories. But I think they have advantage at the in the offense right here. I think there's some hitters that can get to Maeda. Like I said, he's a very hittable pitcher. This Nats offense is a tough team to strike out, which I also like. And then you go to the bullpens after this. Well, since May 1st, the Tigers have the second worst bullpen ERA in the league at 5.05, Nationals about average, 3.75 ERA. Obviously, that's just overall. You don't know exactly what arms are going to come in. They're both coming off a day off, so they have the full bullpen. But the Tigers just have not pitched well out of the bullpen at all. Tigers are at home. Do they have a home field advantage? Absolutely not. They're 15 and 17 at home. Nats 17 and 18 on the road. Give me the better starting pitcher, better lineup matchup, in my opinion, the better bullpen, and I'll take the Nats on the money line as my second best bet. My third and final best bet before we get to those hitter parlay ideas is a player prop parlay. Give me Zach Wheeler 7+ Ks and Drew Thorpe no to record a win at -112 on DraftKings. Let's start out with Mr. Zach Wheeler of the Phillies. His line is over 6.5 on DK at like -160. That's why we add a second leg. If you want to go over 7.5 at plus money, I don't mind that also. But I'm going to save you guys some time, or save some time in this video, and say I already talked about the details of Zach Wheeler case versus the Red Sox earlier in the video. If you fast forwarded through that just to this part, I'm sorry. For those that watched, thank you. He's got a great matchup and he knows how to strike out guys, so I won't repeat all of that again. But Drew Thorpe, no to record a win. This guy is a rookie. I mean, he's making, not only is he a rookie, he's making his Major League Baseball debut, and he has to do it on the road. That is not going to be easy for a rookie to come in and record a win, especially when you have the White Sox offense backing you up. Even if he goes 5 innings, you know, first of all, if you don't know, you have to go 5 innings. You have to leave the game with the lead, and that lead can never, ever be given up by your bullpen. So the problem he's going to have is he's going up against Brian Woo 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 on the other side for the Seattle Mariners. He's been absolutely unreal. He has allowed 0 earned runs. That's right, 0 in 4 of his 6 starts this year. 1 earned run in 5 of his 6 starts. He doesn't give up much hard contact at all. He's been a lot of fun to watch. He's going to be awesome again. I expect it versus this White Sox offense. So, in my opinion, Drew Thorpe, as making his debut, he's going to have to be absolutely excellent and sharp and incredible to be able to leave with the lead. Now, even if he leaves with the lead, guess what? The White Sox bullpen is horrendous. You just saw it on Monday. They blew a 4-0 lead, and the Mariners won the game. Thank goodness. That was awesome. So I just think there's just too many things that have to go exactly perfect for Drew Thorpe to get a win in his first start. I know the Mariners offense is not great, but they have a great pitcher on the mound. Even if this game he leaves 1-1, then he can't record a win, and that's a win on that leg. So give me Wheeler 7+ Ks and Drew Thorpe no to record a win. That's -112 on DraftKings. That is my third and final best bet. All right, I got 5 hitter parlay ideas for you, and these have been on an absolute roll. I'm probably going to pick 1, maybe 2 of these and make my own hitter parlay before I go to bed today or in the morning. But this is just to give you guys more info because I know you like your hitter parlay. So the first one, Yandy Diaz of the Tampa Bay Rays, hitting 346 the last 7 days. 1+ hit in 8 of his last 9 games. He is hitting much better at home, 285 compared to only 204 on the road. He will be at home facing Jameson Taillon of the Cubs, who's given up 54 hits in 49.1 innings. The next one, the Pittsburgh Pirate, Brian Reynolds, 346 average the last 7 days, 12 for his 33 against Miles Mikolas, like we saw in the good hitter matchups. He's hitting a little better on the road, 267 and 258. Not a big deal, just want to point that out. But Mikolas, who's been a little bit better lately, still giving up 77 hits in 71 innings while only striking out 53. Does not miss a ton of bats. The third one, Helio Ramos. Guys, I don't know how to say the first name. It's killing me. Giants outfielder. Anyways, 4 home runs in the last 8 games. He has 2+ hits in 6 of his last 8. He's just been absolutely unbelievable lately. 1+ hit in 15 of his last 21. Now, I will say this. This is an under-the-radar one because you're probably going to get good odds and all that. So if you don't want to take a chance here, I get it. He is facing Ronel Blanco, who's been good. This is just more on Ramos being hot. Blanco's not allowed a ton of hits. A little bit worse on the road, but still, if this is just one of those where I don't want to just give you superstars every day and say, hey, they're going to get a hit. I want to mention as many players as I can and who's been hitting the ball well. So the fourth one, Ketel Marte, the Arizona Diamondback, 1+ hit in 8 of his last 10 games, hitting 306 at home compared to just 259 on the road. He will be at home here facing the lefty, Jose Suarez. Marte is hitting a crazy 340 versus lefties. Suarez has given up 33 hits in 31.2 innings. The Angels bullpen sucks, so there's that too. If he needs another hit, he's the leadoff hitter. If you don't know already, should get plenty of opportunities to get another hit. The fifth one, well, it's his teammate, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He's a guy who's only hitting around 245, 250 this year, but still, this is a great matchup, and we know he's a good hitter. He just missed the good hitter matchups because I only do 6 or more at bats, but he is 3 for 5 off Jose Suarez. and he has 1+ hit in 11 of his last 12, so swinging the bat a little bit better. And also against lefties, he is hitting 320 compared to only 215 versus righties. So this is a great time you want to tail him against the lefty. The only negative is that he has been better on the road this season. It's been absolutely crazy. And again, I give you stats because sometimes there's just one little red flag. It doesn't mean they're not going to get a hit, but it's just me giving you as much info so you don't have to research it yourself. But he's hitting 292 on the road compared to only 197 at home. He is too good of a hitter. I don't see why that 197 is there, but I just wanted to point that out. So I do think he can get a hit here, though, against a lefty in a great matchup. So those are my 5 good hitter matchups. I could probably give you 20. There's just so many out there. If I have any more, I will add it in the pinned comments. Like any added plays, which I will have at least one, more than likely 2 or 3. I'll put it in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. That's all I got for you. That was fun talking some baseball. Thank you for listening. Now let's check out the bets recap. All right, we got the Angels team total over 3.5 runs at -125, and then the Nats on the money line on the road in Detroit at -104, and then Zach Wheeler 7+ Ks and Drew Thorpe no to record a win at -112 on DraftKings. Thank you guys for listening and all the support. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. We start out 2-1 this week. Let's keep that rolling. Again, any added plays will be in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. And by the way, Discord is completely free. So go click that link below and join us talking sports every day and night. It's been a lot of fun. But hope you have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.